millennials. Today we're going to talk about waking up early. For some people, being awake before the sun can be a chore. I have been one of those people, and up until recently, it was very difficult for me to change that habit and become someone who wakes up early. But I was determined to become an early riser now that I'm in a different stage of my life, and I realized that I can get so much more done if I just wake up really early. So I changed a few of my habits and started doing these things that I'm going to share with you consistently. And now I wake up before 5 a.m. just about every day. And the days that I don't wake up at that time are completely off for me. Never did I imagine that I would be in this position sharing these tips as someone who is now on the other side of mornings. So we'll go through how you can become an early riser, and also we'll go through how you can remain one even when you technically don't need to be, because there are so many benefits of waking up early. And I do want to mention that I talked about how we all have different time windows during the day during which we're more productive. Not everybody is going to want to be an early riser, and that's understandable. If you're the kind of person that knows that you're more of a night owl and you're more productive during that time, then by all means, stick to what works for you, man. This is more for the people who were like me, who were struggling, who wanted to be awake early, who couldn't ever really stick to it. The first thing you'll need to do if you want to wake up early consistently is set yourself up for success the night before. That means make sure that you know what time you want to go to bed so that you can wake up at your target time in the morning and get yourself into bed. Do what you have to do to get there. It also helps to have a wind down routine. So for me, my wind down routine could consist of a hot shower, maybe some tea, but usually a nice stretch in bed before I fall asleep, and then I wake up ready for the day. Another really good piece of advice that goes along with this tip is to turn off your devices up to 30 minutes before you go to bed. And this will help your mind not be so distracted. It'll help let your brain know it's time to start going to sleep. And then when you do fall asleep, you won't wake up as often throughout the middle of the night. I know some people have problems with this. I have also been a person who stays up on my phone on Instagram until it's time to fall asleep because my eyes can't take the screen anymore. But trust me when I say that it can do wonders for your life if you disconnect before you go to bed. Some people even go as far as not having their mobile devices or devices at all in their room. You can put it in another room, have an old-fashioned alarm, which I know sounds like a lot of work, but trust me, it works. Something else that I do that helps me consistently get out of bed early is actually contradictory to some of the advice that I've gotten before, and that is I stay in bed for a few minutes before I get up. I actually have 2 alarms. I'm a firm believer of having more than one alarm. Now, that doesn't mean 60 alarms to wake up in the morning and all of them being snoozed and ignored. I just have 2. With that first alarm, it just kind of wakes my brain up and gets me out of dream mode. The second alarm is the one that's like, get your body moving, girl. Now, if that doesn't work for you and you find that you are the person that's going to snooze it and just keep going to sleep, then you need to make a decision that you're going to wake up when that alarm clock goes off. And there are a couple other things that you can do to help you get to that point, but just keep that in mind that waking up when your alarm goes off is a priority when you want to wake up early. And in order to do that, you have to have some kind of commitment to what it is that you're going to do when you're waking up. When it comes to having 2 alarms set, there are some people who bring in that old school alarm and let that be their first alarm because it's right next to their bed. So if they snooze, it's fine. It's that one alarm that goes off, but then the second alarm is on their device and it's not next to them. So when the second alarm goes off, they have to get up physically and go turn it off. And that is a prompt to help you get up. If you want to wake up early, it's very helpful to have a reason why you're doing it. That's something that I didn't do for a long time. I would just get up because I wanted to, and I felt like there's so much I can be getting done. But I never really planned to have anything to do when I got up, so I really never had a reason. I would get up, and it was easy for me to blow off an early wake time because what was the point? What am I going to exercise? I'm not the kind of person that likes to exercise early in the morning, so trying to force myself to do that, it never really worked out for me. But when I changed my reason for waking up early and I made it more about having time to drink a cup of coffee in peace, about having time to meditate a little bit and stretch or get a good yoga practice in, then I felt more motivated to get up. So what I do, for example, is I get up, I have my morning routine, I have a cup of coffee, I stretch, and then I get to work, and I'm able to get some stuff done in the morning before my baby girl wakes up. So in this case, now I have a really good reason why, for me, in my personal opinion, and that motivates me to get up before 5 a.m. Another thing that has helped me tremendously is having a routine in place. I've talked about routines in a previous video, and an early morning routine is very helpful to have because it means you're making fewer decisions when you wake up in that groggy state in the morning. So I wake up and I do the same exact thing in the same exact way. That helps me transition out of sleep mode and into get stuff done mode because my routine is so easy to get through for me, and it's almost like I'm still sleeping and it gives me time to wake up really. So have a routine in place so that you make fewer decisions and that it's easier for you to transition out of sleep and into whatever mode you need to get into. And my final tip is to stay present once you're awake. It's so easy to harp on the time, and when you wake up that early to think, man, it's like 4:45 in the morning. Well, forget about that. Just forget about it completely. Don't think about the time once you're awake. If you have a routine in place and you have a reason why, you wake up, you do your routine, and then you get to your reason why. And before you know it, you stop thinking about what time it is in the morning and you just get up and you get stuff done. Those are my tips for becoming an early riser. Trust me when I say this doesn't take a long time to implement and to get used to. So just give yourself a chance, maybe 4 or 5 days. And if you're doing these things consistently, you'll get used to waking up early pretty quickly. And you might even miss it when you don't, like me. As much as I appreciate you giving me your time and taking my advice for something that I've tried on and that works really, really well for me, I think it's best if you hear from somebody who's been doing it for a long time. I got some of my inspiration to start waking up early from my best friend, Diane. We can't be together right now because of safer at home orders, but she's going to take it away and she's going to talk to you about how she has been an early riser and what are some of the things that she does to be consistent even when she doesn't need to be.
Hi millennials, this is Diane, and just like Lorena mentioned, I am an early riser. I enjoy doing it. I've been doing it consistently for a while now, and I always get asked, why do you wake up early? So before everything that's happening in the world, I would wake up at 4:45 in the morning and then go to the gym at 5 o'clock in the morning. My gym session is my reason why. It is so important to me and I value it so much that if I miss it because I decided to sleep in, I was not happy with myself. So whatever reason you're choosing to wake up early, make sure that it fuels you, make sure it brings the fire out of you, that if you decide to sleep in, it is not going to be okay with you. Now things look differently. I work from home. Do I need to wake up early? No. Do I choose to wake up early? Yes. Why? Well, I've been working on my personal development and I came across an image that said 10 things successful people do. And one of them on the list is waking up early. So I thought to myself, why do successful people wake up early? I started looking into the morning routines of successful people, CEOs, people I look up to, and I noticed that in there it said that they would wake up early, but then they would read or meditate or listen to a podcast. It made sense. They need to pour into themselves before they pour into others. They want to make sure that their head is right before they go out into the world and do whatever it is that they're doing. If you're watching this video, it's because you want to change a habit that maybe you've been trying to do for a while and you want more to life. You want to be successful. There was a quote that I came across that said, successful people eat lunch while others are eating breakfast. So if you really think about it, a lot of people are not choosing to wake up early for whatever reason. But you want to wake up early because you want to chase your dream. You want to make sure your head is on right. You want to just change your life. So now my morning routine is this. At 6:15 a.m., I wake up. I start saying my affirmations that are valuable and personal to me. I say I am a champion. I am a leader. I attract opportunities. I am strong and I am successful. And I'm saying these things as I'm walking to my kitchen to get ready for the gym because I got to make sure that I get that workout in. Those affirmations uplift me and they fuel me as I'm getting ready, and they confirm that the reason why I'm waking up early is important. There's another thing that maybe will help you is that I have this bracelet that says boss. Because I want more to life. I want to be the boss of my vision, my mindset, and what it is that I want in life. Whatever dream that you have, you can achieve it. Just make sure you wake up early, and whatever it is that you're waking up early, that it's important and that it aligns to your goals and whatever it is that you want to do and achieve. I hope that my morning routine and the little tips that I gave you help you guys out. And I'm excited to hear what other tips you guys have.
Now you have two perspectives from someone who just started this habit and is doing really, really well at being consistent with it, and from somebody who's been doing it for years and is still kicking butt doing it. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and to hit that subscribe button.